2025 and beyond, we will see two things that are very important and very exciting. And robots independently predict how things work in the physical world. We might have one robot for every person. And what this means is billions of robots.
All right, for more on our AI-powered future, I want to bring in Andy Mock, a senior research fellow at the Center for China and Globalization. Andy, thanks so much for joining us. So first of all, we know, of course, China's DeepSeek making waves globally with its cost-effective AI model that can compete with the best models in the industry. Andy, what key areas should we focus on next in China's AI ecosystem to better understand how AI research, application, and commercialization are advancing here?
No, that's right, Michael. So much attention has been paid to DeepSeek because of its cost effectiveness, but also its open source nature as well, which makes it accessible not just to developed countries and companies with money, but anyone around the world. And I think if we look a little bit more broadly, and if we zoom out at what does the AI future look like for China, I think it's important to look back a little bit at earlier generations of what was considered cutting-edge AI. And it wasn't that long ago that image recognition artificial intelligence companies like SenseTime, like MagV, were considered the cutting edge of artificial intelligence. And then, of course, a lot of attention turned to large language models because of OpenAI's ChatGPT. And looking ahead, I think many observers believe that 2025 and beyond, we will see two things that are very important and very exciting. One is what some call agentic AI, or AI applications that can act autonomously. So if you said, book me a trip to Rome, it could book the plane tickets, the hotel, the ground transport, et cetera. And that this is going to be something, as we've heard in the package too, that China already has rolled out for some specific applications. The second then is robots. And here I think, one of the big challenges is not just using LLMs or large language models to power robots, but one of the biggest opportunities is, can robots independently predict how things work in the physical world? And here I think China's leadership and expertise in image recognition, object recognition, may surprise people here as robots continue to roll out. And to give you just a sense of how big this could be, that we don't just measure this in RMB or dollar terms of market size, but some people, executives at robotic companies, believe that we might have one robot for every person. And what this means is billions of robots. So, and again, here, China, because of its manufacturing capability, the government's ability to engage in long-term planning, mobilize resources across society, as well as just the enormous market and the resilience and the creativity of private companies in China, I think all point to a pretty exciting future for AI-powered robots as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Andy, I know it's very difficult to predict the future when it comes to AI. We had, of course, GPT and then DeepSeek, and then immediately after DeepSeek, xAI's Grok 3 is also extremely powerful. So how do you see AI transforming key industries over the next 5 to 10 years, especially, like you said, if we do see agentic AI coming up, if we do see humanoid robots taking center stage as well, which sectors do you believe will be the most vulnerable to disruption?
Well, Michael, it's hard to imagine any sector, any industry not being disrupted by artificial intelligence. Again, if we think about all of its possible incarnations, agentic AI, as you mentioned, various kind of robots, especially humanoid robots, where I think China has made, or the Chinese ecosystem has made a strategic decision that this is a very important area to develop, that there really is no sector of society that will not be disrupted. But here I think disrupted is a loaded word because we tend to think of it negatively. I think it'll bring profound changes the same way that electricity dramatically transformed every part of people's lives, right? It allowed people to work at night with electric lights. It allowed labor-saving devices, right? Electric power devices in homes, in factories. It really, I think, the pre-electrification era and the post-electrification era were profoundly different. And I think AI is no different than that, and that we will see incredible changes that are disruptive, both in the positive sense, as well as those that will require coordinated government and societal responses to make sure that these do develop in a equitable and healthy way.
Yeah, but Andy, electricity can empower humanity and societies. I would say AI probably will present a lot of challenges as well, in addition to opportunities. We spoke about humanoid robots many times in this conversation. So do you see AI-powered automation then as an equal threat to both blue and white-collar industries? Because I can imagine a future where a humanoid robot can be very powerful, let's say in the field, on the farm, in countryside as well. So should governments begin thinking right now about how to balance technology's advancement with labor force stability?
That's right, Michael. They absolutely should. And as far as I know, there are units of governments all around the world thinking about these exact questions. Because you're right that the possibility of displacing blue-collar labor, white-collar labor is very, very real. And, one thing I want to share is this idea of recursive innovation. And this is just a fancy term that means using AI, using robots to make even cheaper, even better AI and robots. And where some futurists believe this will lead is a world of infinite goods and services. So basically what this means is that the cost of labor falls to zero, and food, housing, clothing, any service you might want becomes essentially free. And from a political perspective, we can perhaps see this as the ultimate realization of this Marxist utopia, where mankind is freed from the shackles of required labor to survive. Now, this, of course, will bring in all kinds of legal, policy, societal decisions that have to be made. Who benefits? How do we make sure that these are, again, rolled out in a constructive way? So, again, you're right. I think we are on the edge of some very, very disruptive changes.
Yeah, the capital-labor split, that is going to be at the forefront of many policymakers' minds. Once more, Andy, we are going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Andy Mok, a senior research fellow at the Center for China and Globalization, joining us. Thank you.